Patrick McNeil joined on the pregame show by Cape Breton Eagles head coach Louis Robitaille. Louis, the club kicks off its road trip with a nice win in Quebec. A bit of a tough one. The Remparts were a game opponent, but the Eagles get the win. What did it look like for you?
I thought it was kind of a playoff game where it started really well. And despite the fact that we had no shots on net, you had breakaway, 2-on-1, 3-on-1, scoring chances in the slot. Where we missed the net, they got their first 2 looks, I think, from turnovers after that. But it was a tight checking game where there's not a lot of opening in the slot. They had a lot of shots. They had more shots than us, but we talked before where I think Matty counted 8 from the neutral zone. They tried to create a lot of chaos in front of our net. I thought we did a good job to hold the dot. And at the end, we got rewarded.
I think the power plays has become a quiet strength of this team. You look at the last 4 games, 1 goal each game, but those goals add up, and percentage-wise, it looks pretty good. If you project it over the full season, what's going right there?
Yeah, I think we keep things a little bit more simple. We have more shot directed to the net. You look last game, we didn't like our first power play where we stayed more on the outside. We rimmed puck for no reason, and then we made that switch where we put Jandy on the flank and then Lit and Annie in front, and Annie ended up scoring in the blue paint. Simplicity. I like that 2 units can contribute. So I think there's that internal competition also. But we looked at our number. Nicky did a really good job with the unit to keep them focused and not worrying about percentages, because I think early on we were pretty low. But just to stay the course, improve on a daily basis, and then finding the right guys and play them in the right spot. And just that second unit, you look at L'Italien in front of the net. That makes such a difference. And then when you do that, then you have other guys like Rome's when he goes in, he wants to do like Lid does because he wants to stay there. That's, once again, the internal competition that we want within the team.
Thursday night, we were talking to Jacob Newcombe, and he was talking about going to University of New Hampshire next year. It's very exciting for him. Just how exciting is this opportunity for players, and how good a fit do you think he is down there?
It's awesome because a guy like Jake, that were a later boomer, I would say, in the league, and everything that he went through, to keep playing in a league where there's a purpose, you're going to be highly scout. I think we have to give a big shout out to our school advisor, Gary, Ellie, and Bubs. They go above and beyond for these kids and make sure that they're ready for life after junior. And now it's going to be life after for him, junior, but going to the NCAA in a prestigious university. Newcombe's going in a really good program. I know their head coach well, Mike Souza. Their assistant coach, I played against him. But as soon as I played with him, he was talking about New for quite a bit. And I think it's going to be a really good fit. And it's a guy that's going to be able to help him.
Yeah, talking about education, we'll have to have Ryan on later because I'm sure it's been a fascinating year for them with all the changes. Wanted to shout out Luke Patterson because earlier this year, good celebration for Xavier Daigle, setting the record for most games consecutive for an Eagle. Had he not said it, Luke Patterson would actually have that record now. So he's climbed up to number 2 all time. Just talk about his durability staying in the lineup.
It's more than that. It's the heart and soul. Yes, there's Nuke, there's Lavi, Cam Squires, the high-end offensive guy. But a guy like Luke Patterson goes under the radar. He's our emotional leader. He's a guy that brings a lot of life, a lot of joy. He's always happy to be at the rink. He talks about hockey. I think he became proud of his role. And I think that was the most important thing for him. I think you look at his number midget. He was an offensive guy, put a lot of points, came in the league, maybe wanted to get drafted, had a really good start before he gets injured. Then production went down a little bit. Then last year with our team, his role was more diminished on a 3rd, 4th line PK guy. But I think that's a role that he loves right now. He loves to be that agitator. He loves to be the guy that was defensive mission. Often you don't see those guys on the score sheet, but that's who makes you win at the end of the day. And I forgot the guy that Toronto acquired yesterday, the forward. Lawton, and Patty sees himself a lot in those kind of guy, and he's a lead guy. So,
right.
At least hasn't won in a while. They get character guy. We haven't won in Cape Breton yet. We need character, and that's exactly who he is.
Well, when you talk about being a passionate hockey guy, no Eagle on the bus was more invested in the trade deadline than Luke Patterson. We can tell you that. This is a Baie-Comeau team. Obviously, you're battling in the standings with them. How much have the guys been looking forward to this game?
We do. We know what's at stake. We work all year to put ourselves in a good position for playoff. We talked after the break about home ice advantage was at reach, but we had a lot to get there. We put ourselves in that position today. 7 games left?
Yeah.
That's the biggest game of our year. But also, it's not going to be a game that's going to define our season, but it's a big game. And you guys know the history between the two clubs. It's going to be loud. It's going to be a playoff atmosphere. We don't like them. They don't like us. They did to us last year in the playoff, guys, remember? There was some animosity. It was physical. It was a good, hard series on the ice. And even off the ice, they got passionate. We had the official in Cape Breton where, they got loud. They're always a good game. And I think rivalry are created in playoff, and that's exactly what it is. And there's a good chance we're going to play them in the playoff.
For sure. Well, the last one I'll ask, what do you know about this new look team? Because as you mentioned, a lot of that carrying over, but they also made a lot of moves at the deadline. Is this similar to the team you saw earlier in the year?
Yeah, they're similar where they're I would say passive, smart, where they protect the dot. They're really heavy. They're not overly physical, but they're a big team. Everything goes around 12. Lovsky's really a good player for them. You had Poirier to that mix, and then up front, they're really dangerous. Plod and Beau Ballard. That's the second line that can score goals. And then they added their whole third line is new guys. Like Courtois is playing well for them. Gendron's a steady guy, and they're pretty deep up front. So for me, it's a team that's really similar to our team. Both team plays almost the same identity. They expect the same thing that we expect out of our player. It's a good team, and we're a good team, so those matchups are made to be entertaining.
Yeah, lots to look forward to with today's game. Best of luck, Louis. Thanks for this.
Thanks, Patrick.